second hour of Fire Your MD Now. Thanks for sticking around for the second hour. This is where we get her done. Now, in a couple of minutes, we have the testimonial of the century coming up with Abby from Miami giving us a call. But before we get to him, we like to clear the phone deck. So Randy's been hanging on for almost the entire first hour. Randy, thanks for calling from Texas. It's your turn on Fire Your MD Now.
Dr. Glidden, I have trouble with the calcium supplements. I've tried the OsteoFX, the Cal-Toddy, and now I'm taking the King Calcium.
Yeah, well, stop the King Calcium. That's just a waste of money. So what happens when you take them?
I get a lot of gas and diarrhea every time on all of them.
Yeah, okay. How about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine? You okay with that?
I'm fine with that. I mean, what happens is once I take the calcium, especially if I take enough of it like I'm supposed to, it just gets going. Then I got to turn everything off to get it to stop, and then I can go back.
Yeah, okay. All right. So are you allergic to shrimp or any type of shellfish? You're not?
Not at all.
And which tasted better to you, the OsteoFX Plus or the Cal-Toddy? I mean, if you had to choose one over the other, which one would it be?
I guess the OsteoFX.
All right, good. So here's what I'd like you to do. Get another bottle of OsteoFX or, whatever you have left lying around, right? The OsteoFX is the easiest one to get because it's just part of the Healthy Start Pack, right? So when you have a problem with that particular supplement causing diarrhea, and you don't have a shellfish allergy, then the most probable cause is the magnesium that's in there is running through your system too quickly to be absorbed. And there's only one thing that causes that, and that's a facultative breakdown in the villi of the intestinal tract caused by decades of wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
Okay.
So having diarrhea from any of these supplements, especially though, man, if it's the OsteoFX Plus, that's a drop-dead sign that you need to be gluten-free. You needed to be gluten-free, 40 years ago, right? So you need to dial in the wheat-free, barley, rye, and oats lifestyle. And most people, when they do this, if I can just get them to do it for 2 weeks, they feel so much better that they're kicking themselves. Holy smokes, why was I dragging my heels and why didn't I do this a long time ago? So if you haven't already done it, give it a try because your body really needs it. Now, there's a word. So have you done that or what's the deal?
Yeah, I have, and I've done it for about 5 months.
All right.
I'm still having the problems.
Okay, so how old are you?
50.
All right. So we have to recover 50 years of damage. And it's probably going to take 50 months to do that. That's what the old-time naturopath said. 50 months. What's that? 4 years, right? So it's going to take a while for the intestinal tract to bounce back. It will bounce back, and let me tell you, man, having this experience with longevity calcium, that's, to me, a drop-dead diagnostic indication that your intestinal tract is just really in trouble. And if we hadn't recognized this at 50 years old, the next 30 years of your life probably would have been pretty bad because you're like a runaway train going over a cliff, man. So this is where prevention, really, an ounce of prevention is worth way more than a pound of cure in your case. So moving forward, having eliminated gluten from your diet, as time goes by, and by time I'm talking about years, as years go by, your body will experience more and more and more positive health, and more frankly, more specifically to the point, you're going to avoid big pitfalls that you otherwise would have fallen into had you not done this. So you just have to stay this course. But in the meantime, there is something that you can do to try to mitigate the malabsorption issue here that's at the root cause of the diarrhea. So how much do you weigh?
260.
All right. So, and do you have any health conditions that you're concerned with or that brought you to the table here?
Congestive heart failure, AFib, high blood pressure.
Okay, very good. So in my perfect world, you would be taking a minimum of 3 ounces of the calcium a day, okay? That's 3 ounces of the calcium a day. Now, 1 ounce is 2 tablespoons. So 3 ounces equals 6 tablespoons of the white liquid calcium a day. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put 1 tablespoon in 4 ounces of water or orange juice 6 times a day and drink it down. And I'm going to bet you 25 cents that if you dilute it that much and you spread the dosages out over the course of a day, that it will not give you diarrhea. And then 3 months from now, you can consolidate those a little bit. And then 3 months later, you can consolidate them a little bit more. And then 3 months later, I'm making numbers up here, but you get my point. You should be able to take a more and more concentrated dose of the stuff as time goes by, because your intestinal tract will be able to absorb it. But in the meantime, you need to divide the dosages up, take them more frequently throughout the day in a greater dilution. Does that make sense?
Okay, so say it one more time. 1 ounce into how much water?
Yeah, I want you to do 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon, which is a half an ounce. So I want you to do a half an ounce in 4 ounces of liquid. I don't care what it is, water or orange juice. Orange juice would be best. So I want you to do a half an ounce in 4 ounces of orange juice or water 6 times a day. Okay? And I'm going to bet you 25 cents that if you do it at that dosage schedule, that you will skate right through the diarrhea thing and it won't be a problem anymore. All right?
All right. I'll give it a whirl.
All right, Randy.
Thank you.
Give it a whirl, man, and then call me back and tell me what happened. And please call me back either way and let me know, because we keep track of it, and I appreciate your call and I appreciate your help. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Who could that be at the door? It's our good friend from Miami who has been promising me this testimonial since the day that we met, and I think that was 8 months ago. Stop ringing the doorbell, Abby. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Miami, it is Abby. Yes, sir, Abby. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here's more. Here's more. Come on now. I know, ladies and gentlemen, get excited. If you're driving, pull over. If you're sitting down, get a notebook out, get your iPad out, get something out, strap your seatbelt on. You're going to hear a testimonial that will blow your mind. So welcome aboard, Abby. Give us before you start, tell people your age, your weight, your height, and a little bit of your health history before longevity.
Okay, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. You are good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for the introduction. Well, I'm 5'2". I'm a very short guy, and I used to weigh 170 pounds. And I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 in a few months.
Okay.
Now, I have a very, very long list of problems. Most of them I didn't consider problems, health issues, because I had them for life. Probably was born with some of them. I have no idea. I can never, I can never understand anything about all this until I found the longevity. And Dr. Glidden and Wallach and Ashley and all the people. And I tried for years and years and years to find solutions. And it was right there. And let me start by numbering my problems that I remembered. Actually, I never knew there were problems until I heard all the people talk about it on the radio, on your radio show.
You thought it was just life, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was just part of my life, for always, all the time. Well, I used to have dry skin on my face to an extreme that I was, it's like when you go to the beach and you burn and you peel, after a few days.
Yeah.
So I was like that all the time.
Yeah.
Especially in between my eyebrows. Right there, it was peeling all the time. I had to use creams and, topical creams until I said, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's part of my life. I'm going to accept it. I used to have chapped lips to the point of bleeding all the time. constantly, permanently. I used to have dandruff. Same. I would need to wash my hair with all the types of shampoos, homemade shampoos, everything I could, even twice a day sometimes, and it wouldn't go. It just was there. It's part of my life. When I used to go to the restroom, I had loose and burning stool, and when I say burning stool, it was like fire. It was really, really bad, and I had that for like 20 years.
Now, how many times when you went to the bathroom, was it every time, every other time, or what was it like with the burning?
It was I would say almost all the time, almost every time, and I used to go to the restroom like 6-7 times a day.
6 or 7 times a day, burning stool. Ay, ay, ay.
And burning stool, and most of the time it was diarrhea.
All right.
And when it wasn't, it was just loose, very loose, and running. Well, the diarrhea was like almost every day, and not only me, some other people in my family suffered the same thing. I couldn't go outside without sunglasses, or I would cry. The sensitivity in my eyes was extreme. I couldn't. Sometimes even with sunglasses, it had to be very dark. Otherwise, I would my tears come out of my eyes because it hurt.
And you live in Miami.
I live in Miami, and I used to live in Cuba.
Yeah. But the sunniest places on the planet, right? All right, keep going.
Yeah. Headaches. After I had my daughter, which is who's about 2 years old now, the lose of sleep. I wake up every night and all that. I was only able to basically sleep 4 or 5 hours a night.
All right, Avi, we're going to stop you right there. We're up against the hard break, man. You stick with me through the next segment. I'll give you all the time you need. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. It's getting better and better. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Hey, it's starting to get fun here. Dr. Peter Glidden, we're hunkered down here listening to a really awesome testimonial from our good friend Avi down in Miami. So, all right, let's pick it up where we left off, Avi. Let's keep going here, buddy. Tell me what's up next.
Talking about the lack of sleep. I was sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night every night. It was for months and months and months until the other day, basically. And I had, that produced in me every 2 or 3 days. I used to come home dying from headaches. I couldn't even see well. I mean, it was really hard because I used to come home, call my wife and say, come home because I got to go to sleep. I mean, for 12, 14 hours. Otherwise, I just couldn't work or do anything.
Ouch.
I used to have I don't know how to pronounce this very well, a mild eye pterygium.
Yeah.
Okay. I used to have a lot of inflammation in the gums, or swelling in the gums. They used to bleed all the time when I brushed. Receding gums, very bad. I mean, very, very bad receding gums. Noisy joints. You could probably hear my joints when I did a squat.
Yeah. Like
a squat or something, and if you put the hand on my knees, I mean, it's like if you were using a saw to cut some wood, something like that. Really, really bad. I used to have a pain in my on my right hand. I had a kind of like an incident where I bent my thumb all the way back, and it was swollen and black all the area for 2-3 weeks. And when everything went away, it left me with loss of strength. I couldn't grab things very strongly. I lost my grip, and it hurt permanently. Sometimes if I did something wrong, I would basically fall on the floor for the pain. It was really, really, really bad and sharp. I used to have a pain in my right shoulder. I had a tear in one tendon once, and I had a surgery. Surgery relieved me from pain for 2 years, and And after that, I had the pain, and I said, I'm not going to do surgery again because, I'm not going to solve the problem. I had numbness in my hands and arms. When I was in one position for a long time, I used to get numb. I mean, the whole arm completely go numb. When I was sleeping, he woke me up almost every night. I used to wake up. I had to get up from the bed and shake my arms. And I was almost every night. I used to have. I used to be overweight a lot around my waist area and my belly. I had some sort of like scalish, and I mean silverish, some scales in my elbows, on both of them. They were about 1 inch wide, round, and one of them already started itching. Continue here. I have a list in front of me.
We're with you 100%. Just don't take off on us. Keep going.
Okay, there's a plane going around here.
They're coming to get you, Abby. They're coming to get you. They don't like the testimonial.
No, I know. Okay. Then when and I hope nobody takes this offensively. When I passed a gas, you could smell it from like a mile. Nobody could come around me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I still have varicose veins and some spider veins on my legs.
Yep.
I had some sort of like my shoulders are kind of misaligned, and my back is still a little misaligned. I haven't started working on that yet. Let's see what else. I had an accident a few years ago, like in 2005, I believe, and I have 1 or 2 herniated discs on my back, and I just remind me later to go back to that because I want people to understand this very well. And I have some kind of messed up like discs on my neck. I have what they call military neck, which is too straight. And
your neck is too straight, right? All right, I get it. Hey, hold on, buddy. We're up against another break. Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on here. Can you believe these symptoms? And you're not going to believe what has happened. All right, Avi, welcome back, man. What's next on the list?
Okay. I was on the herniated disc and the straight neck.
Yeah.
I have vertical ridges and nails. I never found the answer to that, and I don't want to get into it now. I have for about 6 years one desperate itching below my left shoulder, on the shoulder blade. Really bad. I mean,
I can relate. Yeah. How many years was that bothering you?
6 years.
Yeah.
That I can remember. I don't know this, if I still have it or not. I haven't been to doing a test. Very high triglycerides, over 600, where and I did 2 tests, just in different places to verify. They could not count my LDL cholesterol just because triglycerides were too high.
Yeah.
The alcohol, when I drank alcohol, any type of alcohol, any type of thing that had alcohol, rum, anything, wine, I started like having like becoming red and itchy, and you look at my face, you would think I was like kind of like having a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
And sweating and transpirating all over my body. It was really, really bad.
Well, I've got to tell you something, man. If you're from Cuba and you can't drink rum, I mean, that's bad.
Well, imagine I couldn't stop drinking. I mean, that's part of the Cuban deal. You gotta drink. So I was suffering for years on that. Migraine. Really, I had this for years. I have not tried. I discovered the foods that caused my migraines. Yogurt, and aloe vera.
Isn't
Weird.
that interesting? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't tried any of both back. I haven't. I think it's my digestive tract, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Cracked cuticles. Women go to a manicure just to fix their cuticles. I didn't need to because mine were always away from my nails and bleeding and cracked and really, really bad. I mean, bleeding. I'm saying bleeding. I couldn't touch them, and they used to hurt a lot. I used to have a lot of. I started all of a sudden having hair loss at kind of like accelerated rate.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago, maybe a couple of years ago. Lack of energy and tiredness. I was really, when I was a kid, all my life I grew up doing sports. All of a sudden, I came to this country and I lost all interest in that. I didn't have the energy. I couldn't. The expression in my face, and this is from people that told me now that I have before, which I couldn't notice myself, I wasn't happy. You look at me and you notice right away I wasn't happy. I was not happy with life. I was not happy with, even though I had money and I had an excellent wife, I mean, beautiful daughter and everything, I was not happy with life. You look at me and I was always complaining, always, complaining about everything. my general feeling, my general feeling was not good at all. About life, about everything. And now I'm going to go back one by one just really quickly, and I'm going to say how long it took for each issue to resolve.
I'm ready, buddy. Let's go.
Dry skin on face, a month. Done. Chapped
1
lips,
month.
1 month. Chapped lips, 1 month. Dandruff, 1 month. Loose and burning stools, 2 weeks. Frequent diarrhea, gone in between 2 to 3 weeks after I started the digestion part. Sensitivity to sunlight, 21 days. Headaches, the very first day. I'm still waiting for the next headache since I started this. The pterygium on the eye, 1 month. Inflammation and bleeding in the gums, 1 month. The receding gums, I'm still working on it. Noisy joints, 2 weeks after I started the glucogel, and I started out, I think 1 or 2 months after I started, because I only started with a Health Star Pack for 200 pounds. That was all I was taking. Noisy jaw, pain, the pain on my on the right hand from the tendon and all that, 5 weeks. The right shoulder, 2 weeks after I started on the glucogel, which was about 1 or 2 months after I started the longevity. The numbness in my arms, I believe it's from the neck, from what I heard. Well, I only had to wake up only once, and I've been on this, I don't remember how many months, how long. The overweight, when I lost, I tried both of the products, and I tried the ASAP for 1 month, and I lost 10 pounds, 11 pounds. And last week, I lost 6 pounds in 1 week when I tried the other thing, the shake.
Slender FX, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, combined with some weightlifting exercise 4 times a week. I lost 6 pounds in 1 week. The scale, the scaly spots on my elbows, they started reducing immediately. Like, let me see what I have. After 7 days, I noticed they started shrinking. The one in the left elbow took a month to disappear, and the other one on the right elbow, it remained for 1/4 of an inch size, more or less. And it took a long time after that. Actually, 5 months after that, the one on the right elbow disappeared. I don't have it anymore. The gas problem. After about 15 days, it started. It's not that bad. It's not 100%. Still remains for very little, and not all the time. It depends what I eat. Let me see. The spider veins I noticed because I'm taking selenium and some other things. The spider veins started to clear up. I think it's going to take a few months, but I noticed already the improvements. Let me see, the herniated disc. I want to leave this for the last because this really messed up my life. The vertical ridges on my nails, I still don't see it. I don't know what it is. I need to find out what it is first because still don't see it. Itching on the left shoulder blade after 4 or 5 months. I don't have it anymore, and I don't have it anymore, and I didn't remember because I forgot to come back to the list. Someone reminded me about it, and I said, "Whoa, you know what? That's gone." Okay, the triglycerides and cholesterol. I gotta go do a test. I don't want to do it for now. I'm not worried about that. The itching from the alcohol. Well, I tried some wine the other day. Didn't give me a reaction.
Nice.
I need to try some other drinks.
Yeah, you need to try some, Cuban rum.
Yeah, I have to. I lost my appetite for drinking. I don't know.
Understood. Yeah, I get it, 100%.
Yeah. The migraine, I still have to try the yogurt of the aloe vera. I still don't want to. The cuticles, they cracked and bleeding cuticles after 4 or 5 months, they're disappeared. I found out through a Wallace City where it was. Hair loss. Myself, I see myself every day. I don't notice anything. Like 4 or 5 different people have told me that my hair is regrowing and it looks like thicker. I'm not doing anything special. Someone told me, a neighbor told me to put aloe vera, like gel. They give it was gel, the little slime.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that. I'm doing it, but some people notice the regrowth before I started on that. I only started on that like last week.
Got it.
Okay, the lack of energy. Man, I can go 24 hours, no problem. I can go easily, probably more. The expression of happiness, I think that has made most of my customers. Yeah. Because when they used to sell me before, and they see me now, most of them, man, what are you doing? I want to get them that. There was one neighbor. One neighbor here, I came one day, she said, Abby, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? I had not told anyone anything because I wanted to try the product. And she said, you're totally different. You look happy. You don't come anymore with your headaches. I see you like strong and carrying your baby without complaining because all that. And I said, I'm doing something. She said, don't tell me. Get me the products. I didn't have to explain anything. She said, don't explain anything. Get me the product. That's all I want. And she's doing it. She's been doing it she hasn't stopped. My general feeling, I don't remember, like you explained, the brain forgets. Probably when I was like 15, I was feeling like I'm feeling now. But I was not happier than now, I'm sure. I wasn't happier than now.
Yeah.
My back.
Yeah.
My back, my disc. I went to many doctors. I even considered surgery, and I said, no, I'm not going to risk my back and my life for it. Yeah. And I was investigating for years and years after 2005 for a solution. Chiropractors, you can count them. I can count them with my hands. They everybody told me that I would never be able to practice any sports where I could run, jump, bend, do any physical hard work or anything like that. I almost want to cry now because one of the reasons I'm so happy is because I can do anything. People that see me now and they saw me laying 3 months on a bed.
Yeah.
That I could not walk, I could not get up. I was basically I don't know, a paraplegic or something like that. I was in my bed, could not walk, could not get up, could not bend, nothing.
Yeah.
And that was for 3 months, and now I can do anything. If you play volleyball, you realize that you have to jump in and do everything, and I love it, and I'm playing it again. and not only I'm playing it again, I'm beating everybody.
I bet you are. Abby man, this is the best thing I have heard since I've been with Longevity. Now, I wish I had all day to talk to you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, 26 lifelong symptoms gone. 26 lifelong symptoms gone from science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. This guy, Abby, was played by the medical society his entire life. His life was in the crapper, and now he's got it back. He needs one more big round of applause. Who the man, Abby? You the man. You the man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. We're wrapping it up when we come back. Stick around. The proof of the pudding's in the eating, ladies and gentlemen. If Abby's testimonial isn't moving you into action, then I just don't know what it's going to take. By the way, these calls are not screened. None of the calls are screened. We're not that sophisticated. I had no idea what Abby was going to tell me. I had a little bit of an idea. Because, you know, I met Abby at a conference months ago and helped to dial in his supplement program. But, you know, I talked to hundreds of people a month. I can't remember the specifics. I had no idea what he was going to say. I don't have any idea what anybody's going to say when they come on the radio. This is all, you know, what you see is what you get. And if this testimonial does not move you to action, there is something seriously wrong with you. 35 years of pain and suffering gone in a number of months. 35 years gone in a number of months. He's got his life back. For goodness sake, what did it take? 2 healthy start packs a month. 2 healthy start packs a month. A little bit of glucogel, a little bit of selenium. It doesn't get any better than that. And let's not forget the obvious. Let's not overlook the obvious. Who let this man down for 3 decades? The MDs. Who let him down the bridle path? You know, the goose path, on the wild goose chase. Who led him down that path? The MDs. Big Pharma. Oh, you'll never walk again. Oh, you'll never play sports again. Oh, it's genetic. Oh, you just have to put up with it. We don't have anything for you. It's nonsense. Now, Abby, we've got about 3.5 minutes left here. There's one thing that I want to go over here. How was it that you heard about us? How was it that you heard about us, you know, to get this ball rolling?
I heard it through Alex Jones. I used to listen to him all day long, and I used to hear about commercials about longevity.
Yeah.
I never listened to commercials, honestly, about anybody, until I heard one interview with Wallach, and then I found out that you existed, and I went online and I downloaded a couple of interviews with you, and I started investigating the company. I never get into anything unless I really get deep into it, And I said, I got to try it. That's all that's left. And here I am.
All right,
today,
so look.
Can I say just one thing? Okay, today at work, one person told me, how can you come here every day to this job been there for 6 years, every day, after some time, so happy and so energetic and so full of energy? My answer was longevity.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I said back. Longevity. That's all I want to say, Doctor. Thank you.
Abby, don't go anywhere, Abby. We got 2 minutes left here. You're leading by example, and really this is all you need to do from now on. Just walk around and smile. Keep a bunch of CDs in your pocket. Keep a bunch of, samples of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the OsteoFX, the plant-derived minerals, the Triple Treat chocolate, the root beer belly. I'm telling you what, man, you are going to build a gigantic business in Florida. And more importantly than that, Abby, you know, money's a good thing, but more importantly than that, you know how many people you're going to be able to help? Because listen to me, brother, there are thousands of people living within 20 miles of where you're sitting right now who are suffering in exactly the same, well, not exactly the same way, suffering in similar ways. And this is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen. How did Abby hear about us? On the radio, for goodness sake. What are you listening to now? The radio. Get it? Use this program to enroll people into the light of medical nutrition, because you are the last best hope that they have in order to secure a long, healthy, and yes, I'm going to say it, wealthy life. So, Abby, the next step for you, baby, is to, grow this business. And if I had to put money on anybody in longevity being number one, it would be on you, Abby. Anything that we can do to help you take this baby to the next level, you just let us know. I'm very proud of what you've done. Thank you so much for the testimonial. Thank you so much for taking a stand for your life, but more than anything else, thanks for trusting us and giving it a try. Once again, the proof of the pudding's in the eating, ladies and gentlemen, and we're giving him one more applause send-off. Let's hear it for Abby from Miami. We kind of dropped the ball with the immunization thing today. We're talking about the side effects of the flu shot. Tomorrow, I promise you we're going to finish up this conversation. I'll see you then.